Good morning to all. Welcome back to my channel. Now I'm going to solve the cloud computing January 2025 week 10 assignment 10, which last date is 2nd April 2025. Guys, these are my credentials you can see here. Now we will start to solve the questions. You can see here that is week 10 assignment 10, and here assignment 10 you will find 10 questions. Okay, now let's start to solve the questions. The first question is asking about VM. VM migration is the process of moving running applications or VMs from one physical host to the another host. It is a true or false statement. If you consider, definitely it is a true statement. Okay, it is a true statement. You know, because virtual machines migration involves moving a running virtual machines or applications between the host without a service interpretations, that is live migrations, or with a minimal downtime or non-live migration. So here the option is true options. Okay, now moving to the question number 2. The question number 2 is about given the virtual machine memory size 1024 gigabyte and the transmission rate is 16 MB per second. Now, what are the total migrations time and the downtime for non-live virtual machine migrations? Choose the most appropriate options. The most appropriate option out of this you can find this is 18 hours and 18 hours. Okay, if you calculate these things, here you can see the total migration time, that is VM size by transmission rate. Remember, VM size by transmission rate, that is the VM size is 1024 GB by 16 MB per second. So we convert the GB to MB. Convert GB to MB, that is 1024 into 1024. Clear? It will be 10,48,576 MB. Clear? We converted the GB to MB. Now time is 10,48,576 MB by 16 MB per second. So it will be approximately 65,536 seconds. That is nearly equal to 18 hours 20 seconds. Okay, 18 hours 20 minutes or 8.20 hours. So downtime for non-live migration, the downtime equals to migration time, that is non-parallel operation. So here 18 hours and 18 hours will be the most probable answers. Okay, that's why I choose option B. Now moving to the question number 3. With the Docker, the source management effort is separated from the configurations effort. The source management effort is separated from the configuration effort. This is a true statement. It is a true statement because Docker separates resource management handled by the host operating system from configurations defined in a Docker files or images, enabling probability. That's why you can say with the Docker, the resource management effort is separated from the configuration effort. That is a true statement, 3 option A. Now moving to the question number 4. In Docker utility, dash is a collection of a file system layers and some metadata which taken together can be spun off the Docker container. It will be image. 4 option D, that is called images. A Docker image is a read-only template. Read-only template with the file systems layers and metadata, that is Ubuntu, you can say the latest operating system. So containers are runtime instance of image. Container are runtime instance of image. That's why we choose the option D, that is called an image. Now moving to the question number 5. What are the reasons to opt for the VM migration in the cloud computing paradigm? What are the various reasons? The various reasons, the most probable reasons you can say, that is called option B, to remove a physical machine from a service. 5 option B. And another is to relieve the load on the congested host. Option D. 5 option B and D. 5 option B and D. Now let's discuss more on it. So we choose option B and D. So why we choose B? Because VM migration is used to decommission physical servers, that is for maintenance, upgrades or hardware failures. And option D is also correct because load balancing migration VMs from the overloaded host to ideal ones, optimizing resources uses. Okay, but A is incorrect because VM migration is never an arbitrary. It is driven by the technical or economic needs, that is load, power, and hardware. Okay, so one thing I would like to say, B and D option are primary reasons. C is the power saving, is equal to the valid in cloud environments. So the answer will be B and D. Answer will be B and D. Okay. Now B and D. Now question number 6. What is or are the key advantages of a Docker? 6 key advantages. Key advantages of a Docker. So key advantage is facilitates microservice architecture. Yes. Second, it can be used to package software. Yes. 6 option B. Then it can be used to model network. Yes. So 6 option A, B and C are the key advantages of the Docker. Okay. So A is correct because Docker's lightweight containers are ideal for microservices, enabling isolated development or deployment and scaling of individual components. So it is also a 6 option A is also a true statement. But second, Docker packages software into portable images with all the dependency ensuring consistency across the environments. DevOps to the project. It is also a true statement. And option C partially correct. Okay, option C is partially correct. So we choose the option A, B and C. Okay, but networking model sees a technical capability but not a core advantage of the compared to the alternative like Kubernetes and SDNs. Okay, so here we opt for question number A, B and C. Okay, now moving to the question number 7. Post copy and pre-copy migration approaches are followed. Post copy and pre-copy migration approach, that is live migration process. 7 option A. 7 option A, that is called the live migration. Okay. So what do you mean by live migrations? Means here pre-copy means copy virtual memory first, then residual changes, that is minimal downtime. Then post copy is transfer critical memory pages first, fetch other on demand. So both are live migration techniques. So we choose option A, that is called live migration. Now moving to the question number 8. Question number 8. 7 option A is the live migration process. Now moving to the question number 8. Which of the following is or are true in case of Docker architecture? True in the Docker architecture. So here you can choose both. The statement that is private Docker registry is a service that stores Docker images. Second statement is Docker on the host machine is split into 2 parts. That is daemon with the RESTful API and a client who talks with the daemon. That is both the statement. That is 8 option C. 8 option C. Statement 1 is private registry. Private registry means you can take an example of a Docker Hub, AWS, ECR, store images. In case of statement 2, Docker uses a client daemon model, that is CLI, talks to the Docker via REST API. So the statements, both the statements 1 and statement 2 are the correct statements. So 8 option C. Now moving to the question number 9. Question number 9. Which of the statements either are true for containers? Statement 1. Docker is an open platform for automating and deploying, scaling and management of the containerization applications. Statement 2. Containers make it easy to share CPU memory, storage and network resources at the operating system levels. So 9. You can choose option C. Both the statements 1 and statement 2. Okay. Statement 1 and statement 2 both the statements. I prefer both the statements are correct because if in statement 1, Docker automates deployment scaling of containerized applications. Statement 2, containers share OS resources unlike VMs which virtualize hardwares. So we choose both the statements 1 and 2 are the true statements. Okay, question number 9. Question number 9. Now once again we will verify in question number 9 in statement 1. This is a verbatim from Docker official documentations. Docker is an open platform designed specifically for containerized applications including deployment, scaling tools like Docker swarms, Kubernetes integrations. The conclusion is true. Second statement analysis if you do, container do share operating system resources unlike the virtual machine which virtualize the hardware. They leverage kernel features, C groups, namespace to isolate the process while sharing the host. So conclusion is also true. So both the statements are true statements. Okay. So in statement 1, Docker core purpose is automation or orchestrations. Statement 2, describe the technical mechanism that is OS level resource sharing. So both the fundamental truth about the containers. Clear? That's why you choose option C. Okay. Question number 9 is option C. Now moving to the last questions. Kubernetes operate at the hardware level. It is true or false? It is a false statement. Kubernetes operates at a hardware level. It is a false statement. Why I choose it is a false statement? Because in Kubernetes operates at the container orchestrations levels. Okay, managing clusters of containers, not hardware directly. Remember, Kubernetes operates at the container orchestrations level, managing cluster of containers, not hardware directly. That's why it is a false statement. Clear? Now we are going to submit the answer of this question. Please wait. The assignment is submitted. Thank you for taking the week 10 assignment 10. Your answers are successfully submitted. Guys, we successfully attended all the 10 questions with its explanations. If you like this video, you can share with your friends. Okay, if you have any questions, you can put your comments in my YouTube comment box. I will try my best to give the answer of your questions. Okay, thank you for watching my video. Goodbye.